Hey, what's going on, guys? Okay, I wanted to talk about something today because I saw a post earlier today and it got me a little amped. Okay, that's an understatement. It got me a lot amped. And the reason it got me a lot amped is because I keep seeing these posts over and over and over again, specifically within the design community, that is starting to shift its way out of the design community into the greater sort of like working creative community. And it's this idea of this division, this line of division between marketing and branding, right? So if you haven't seen this, essentially the argument goes that, hey, there's a difference between marketing and branding. Branding is essentially builds trust with people, tells your story, creates a community of followers around you, and it's ultimately what will sustain your business in the end. Marketing is how you sell to people. It's how you get quick wins, and it's essentially just like that interruptive style of essentially advertising, right? And that's how they create this dichotomy. And the reason I really dislike this whole idea is that it's stupid. Let me clarify, so it's not that I'm necessarily attacking people specifically for being stupid. I'm calling this idea, this philosophy, stupid. And the reason why it's stupid is because you don't quite understand what marketing is when you take this stance. See, people are thinking that there's that it's brand versus marketing. What they fail to understand is that brand is a specific discipline inside of the entire marketing bubble. That marketing as a whole covers way more than just direct response advertising, which is what they're putting it in this shoebox, right? They're putting marketing in this box of direct response advertising, and that's what they're saying marketing is. That's not marketing. Marketing is essentially how you promote your product, how you the product itself, how the customer experiences that product, and the pricing that you're presenting that product within the marketplace. You know, marketing is significantly bigger than simply just an advertisement that you're going to see online. And a brand is a component of a great marketing strategy. A strong brand is a component of a great marketing strategy. Now, why does this upset me? Well, it upsets me because they're giving bad advice. And the what you're going to see and what you're going to start noticing this if you look at this activity within this community is it's coming out of the designer community. And the reason why it's coming out of the designer community is there's a big push in the designer community to elevate themselves out of just graphic design, so that way they become brand strategists, right? The whole point of that is to convince themselves that they're offering your business more value than they actually are by being brand strategists over simply being a designer. From a working creative standpoint, I totally get this and I understand this and it makes sense. You do want to be able to add more value so you're not simply just an order taker, right? However, it doesn't serve you. It surely doesn't serve your business by getting bad advice, but it doesn't serve the working creative because they are failing to actually understand what it takes to run a business. They're failing to understand what marketing actually is. And that failure of understanding is putting both them and you in a terrible position. They're giving bad advice and you're at risk of taking that bad advice and then applying it and continuing this confusion. Really what the argument is should we do brand storytelling or should we do direct response marketing? And when you've got that debate pitted against each other, what you start understanding is you shouldn't do one over the other anyways. The funny thing about this is the companies that do the absolute best at brand storytelling, right, are Fortune 500, Fortune 50 companies, you know, like the blockbuster brands like Red Bull, Nike, Apple, you know, etc. These are companies that excel at doing brand storytelling very well. They also sell products. They also do direct response marketing. They make advertisements. They make ads. They make direct response ads so that way they can sell shoes, sell computers, sell energy drinks. You can't do one over the other. To do one over the other is a stupid strategy. You have to do both in tandem. You need direct response marketing. And see, this is the frustration I saw in this recent post too. It says that you should do branding first and you should do direct response marketing second. And direct response marketing is essentially only there for quick wins. The reason why creatives love this ideology is because it prevents them from entering into the icky territory of learning salesmanship, of actually learning how to sell stuff. From a artist's perspective, you hate that. You don't want to learn salesmanship because there's this inherent residual starving artist mentality that artists carry. You know, I've been through this journey myself. I used to be a purist. I used to believe that selling was awful and that to stoop myself to that low, unclean level of salesmanship means that I've sold out, right? It means that now I'm trying to trick people, that I am morally compromised because I'm now trying to trick people into doing something that they don't want to do. Now, the bad thing is do you really want to trust your business to someone who has that perspective? Because your business can't survive without sales. Your organization cannot survive without donations, right? So do you really want to trust these very important decisions, like decisions about your brand, decisions about how you should market your company, to someone who reviles at the sense of salesmanship, to someone who thinks that salesmanship is bad or morally wrong? No, you don't want to do that. In fact, they're going to not give you the best advice because they don't really understand how business actually works. Do we like receiving annoying messages and coercive messages trying to get us to do something we don't want to do? Absolutely not. No one likes that. No one likes being sold in a fake manner. I don't like being convinced that I should buy something that I am not trying to buy. That's not going to help me. That's not going to improve my living situation. Why would I do that, right? Same thing. It's like you have to have authenticity in all of your materials, not just your brand story, but also in your direct response marketing materials. But your materials have to be effective. They have to serve an end goal. And if the end goal isn't getting somebody to take a specific action, whether that be buying or donating, then you're wasting your money on your marketing materials. Not saying that brand storytelling is a waste of money, because brand storytelling ultimately has an end goal. The end goal is to create relationships, to create that bond, to build that following, but it's lead generation. You're doing that for lead generation as well as for to continue to serve the current relationships you already have, right? You're doing it for both reasons, to build leads and to continue to pour into the relationships you already have with your customer base. That is the economic function of brand storytelling. It does both of those things because business doesn't conduct without relationships, right? If you're conducting your business without forming relationships, your business is going to have a very short lifetime. You can't just cycle through people. That's what scammers do. That's why their scams only last for a short amount of time, and then they have to create a new scam until someone finds that out, and then they have to create a new scam. Lasting businesses aren't scams. Lasting businesses add value to people. So you're not trying to trick somebody into buying from you. You are offering them value because they have a problem that you're solving. See, this is why you need to be aware and you need to be wary of someone who creates this division, who looks down on direct response marketing, because someone acting from that operation, they're acting from the perspective of an artist, and they're seeing you as a patron rather than seeing you as their client that they have to serve to help you achieve your goals. They're going to try to come in with that mentality to convince you of this difference between direct response marketing and brand storytelling. And they're going to convince you that brand storytelling is the way to go And because of that, they're not going to help you get short wins that your business needs. Every business needs to drive sales. Every organization needs to drive donations. You can't survive without money. You do need short-term wins. You do need direct response. You do need to use that. There is a time and place for both. You need to use both in tandem with one another. Because if all you're doing is brand storytelling, well, then you're never going to ask someone to commit. And if all you're doing is asking someone to commit, well, then they don't feel like they're a part of this larger journey with your organization. They don't feel like they have this unity of their identity with your identity. And because they don't have that tribe, that communal tribe relationship, they're not going to commit to you loyally. So you have to use both. You need to partner with somebody who has a broader perspective of marketing and understands what marketing is and embraces salesmanship. You don't want to partner with someone who is going to treat you like a patron, that is seeing you as someone who is providing money for them to advance their creative endeavors, right? No, you want to partner with someone who can strategically help you achieve your goals by using their creativity to get you to where you want to go. So be careful when you're out there, when you find whenever you see this ideology out there, just be careful, know to walk away, know to understand that that is sort of a lie that's being perpetuated just to get you to think that they know something that you don't, when in reality, you should never trust your business success to people who think that way. All right, take care.